you doing? Peppa. Good boy. Good boy. All right, get lost. Come on. Get out. Get out. Get out. Both of you get out. Hey there, CP Cards and Dice. And here we are unboxing the latest, the Motherload. It is about about 8 or 9 seasons of replay baseball, and they're all brand new. These seasons go, retail now. They're pretty expensive, but I was able to get a deal because I bought the whole Motherload here. And there was one issue that the gentleman shared with me about the 1969 season. I'm not sure exactly what that was, because they look gorgeous. They look beautiful. These are thinner cards. The one thing with replay baseball over time, they've kind of they've gotten different sizes. They've kind of tall and thin, and then a little wider, and a little. They've kind of changed it up over time. And so these look fine. I don't know what the deal was on that. Some extra cards in there as well. He printed out some extra cards, I guess, for certain players. They're in there as well. Let's see. So that looked good. It didn't look like there was any problem with that set. Let me try to take a look at Phillies, New York, 69. Here, this one should have been, here's the ballpark. It tells you all the it gives you all the data on the outfielders already written in a little picture of the stadium. I don't know if that's how the game came with that or he created that. Wow, these cards haven't been played. These are beautiful. Haven't been played. Tug McGraw. Let's see. There's Tom Terrific. Look at that. That's never been played. This is his 69 card. So he's unhittable on this card. Holy smokes. This is I love replay baseball. It's one of my favorite games. It's so easy to play. But the problem is, once I start playing it, I enjoy it so much, and I'm like, I gotta stop, because if I don't stop playing it to play other things, I won't play anything else. So I really love replay baseball. Really nice. It reminds me a lot of a better version of APBA. If APBA were like a better, a little bit more, it would be more inclusive of other facets, like more better fielding and better pitching. It would be replay baseball. It's based on charts just like APBA, and there are numbers you can memorize just like APBA. And but of course it's got a little bit more. It's got more depth, not a little bit more, but it's got plenty more depth. So and I also got these guides that I guess he wanted to clear out. He wanted to clear out all his stuff. And man, this is what we had to rely on before we had the internet, right? This is what we had. Hey there, Bearsden. How are you, brother? This is the type of stuff that we used to have to find and get a hold of, so we can replay seasons and know who the players were, and know what their abilities were, and on and on and on. So I got a few of these. These are nice to have. I got all different seasons. I got 60. The one I want to look is 67, because right now I'm playing 67. I'm playing 67 this is 71. 71 Seaver had a killer year in 71. Holy smokes. That's 75 is up here. 72. So I got. I have one more box. I have three boxes that came in. I'm looking for 67. Here it is. Look at this. This is really looks old, like an older style of card. And let me look through, because I'm playing 2 replays with 67. I want to do a third one. I mean, wow, is it much thicker? Look at the envelope is really, this plastic is really super thick. Not using the American League. Oh, you know what I do want to see is Joe Pepitone. Is that the NL? Harrelson, yeah, they were terrible. They were 10th in the NL that season. All right, so let's take a quick look at the 1967. This is Seaver's rookie year. Well, look how thick this is. Wow, there's a lot of cards. What's going on with that? I don't know. Were they making like all the players back then, or what? I've never seen it to be that thick. Shea Stadium, a nice pictured card there. The field. I was not far from my house. I used to ride my bike around there every day in those days. Let's find Jerry Kuzma. He's got a batting card. Tug McGraw, Billy Connors. Let's see if we can find a. Wow, it's a lot of cards here. So you're gonna get a lot of bang for your buck. Bouchek. I know all these guys already. I've been playing with them every day. I really enjoy replay baseball. I have a bunch of stuff now. I actually got a second 73, so I'm gonna have to sell one. So there's stuff that I'm selling because when I get these loads like this and I get a second set, then I say, well, I can sell one. And sometimes selling one pays for the whole load of stuff. You know, like I for example, I got like 6 seasons that were missing like a team or two. I bought the teams. I think they cost me about $60. So now I have like 6 complete seasons, and I sold one set of random like great teams for what I paid for the whole set. So I got 6 free seasons basically. I can't find Seaver, and that's not a good thing. So if Seaver is missing, I will have to pay a visit to the seller. I hope you're knocking on his door in the middle of the night, Christmas Eve. And he's not going to be happy to see me if I don't have Seaver in here. And let's see. Oh, this is the replay Motherload is what I call it. Replay baseball. I really love replay baseball. Easy to play. And I'm looking for Dick Selma. He's got a batting card. Don Shaw with a batting card. Tug McGraw with a batting card. I'm wondering if he printed these out. I'm wondering if some of these were printed out just to complete the team, but it doesn't look like these were ever used, to be honest with you. You know, they don't look soiled at all. Schmelz, Al Schmelz, hey Schmelz. Bring me a pastrami sandwich over here. Kenny Boyer is Cleve Boyer's brother. Not Sandy Alomar played a little bit with the Mets in '67. Kenny Boswell and Amos Otis showed up later on in the season. So I'm still looking for Tom Terrific. He should have this is his rookie season. That's why I'm playing this out. This is John Sullivan, the backup catcher. Brody was the main catcher. Greg Goosen, I guess, would be how you pronounce that. He played like one game, Martin Shirley, and they have his card in there. So Cardwell. I know nowadays they don't give you all the cards anymore. All right, so far I haven't seen Seaver anywhere. So I may have Jack Hamilton, Tom Seaver. Ta-da! Why is Rod Carew in here? Why is Rod Carew with the Mets? I'm gonna have to complain. There he is. Look at that card. Holy smokes! Did he have a batting card right next to that? Yep, there he is. That's his batting card. Batted 143. There's his pitching card, man. He is tough. That's going to be a blast. use replay again. So that's it. So this is the Motherload of replay. I got 67. This is 67. I just went through the 67 Mets. I got 68. I got 69. I got 70. No, I didn't get 70. I did not get 70, but that's coming. I ordered that. I got 71. I got 72. I got my second 73, so I can sell one. I got 74. And I got 75. I wish it would have gone to 76. Oh, wait. No, I don't know. I have 76 inside pitch. And that's it. This is the Motherload. As you can see, I got a ton of stuff here. I don't know if there's anything you guys want to see here. Shanghai Steve, the Motherload. Say, you know what? I have a nose for the Motherloads. You know, I got my techniques. That's how that's how I function. You know, that's how I roll. Let's look at the 71 Seaver card. He had a 176 ERA that season. He should have won the Cy Young, but they gave it to Fergie Jenkins. If Seaver had won the Cy Young that year, he would have won it in 69, 71, 73, and 75. Wow, every other year for 4 consecutive years. Amazing consistency. Okay, so here's a set. This is a newer set. This is like the cards they make now. So this, I don't feel they don't make everybody. They make we'll see how low they go. 300 bats. Duffy Dyer 169 bats. Jorgensen 118 at bat. There's Tom Terrific, and that is his pitching card. Look at that card. It's got all ones. The lower the better. You know, the lower the better. It's got all ones. Wow, nuts. Then you got your hit and run on top, and then you got your B is your fatigued. So when he gets fatigued, all of a sudden his 1 comes up to a 5. So he's going to start giving up more base hits, and his home runs are going to come up to a 6, up to a 5 as well. So you want to be aware of that. He had 286 innings. He was 20-10 with a 1.76 ERA, a 0.94 WHIP. Do you know that Greg Maddux? There was, I think, 5 out of 6 years where he had a WHIP below 0. In like from 92 to 97, something like that. Yeah, pretty nuts. I was just looking at that today. And these are brand new. As you can see, these have never been played. So I guess he got excited. He bought a lot of free play. And then he said, you know what? I'm never gonna get around to playing them. I'm gonna sell them. His wife helped him pack them up. Oh, wait a second. I just mixed in 67 with Civ 71. Let's put this away. Hold on, Jose. That goes there. Where's my envelope for the 60? No, that's not it. Is it this one? Let's see if it's this one. Maybe this one. So if they fit in here. This is heavy duty. Look at that. A lot of cards there for 69. So he played some teams. I don't know what teams he played. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten to them. Maybe he played the American League, whoever he was. Good guy. And these are going to go in here. And that is 1971. Tom Terrific, the Mets. It's going to be fun to play a few games with that. Here's 72. See, right, another good season. 73 had a great season. 74 he has a good season. 75 he wins the Cy Young in 75. That's over here. I got a couple of these other ones. What else did I get? I wanted to show you these. You guys remember these? Yeah, a blast from the past, guys. Yeah. Tom Seaver's on this one, 1970, 1971. So I guess this is looking back at 69, and this is looking back at 1970. This is more focusing on hitters. The 56th edition is the 55th edition. So back-to-back editions. So I guess every year they would come out with these. And this is, I remember I had a book where I would have to get it, so I would have the schedule. Because if you didn't get the schedule during the season, there was nowhere to find it after the season. Like, in other words, for 2021 baseball season, you know how it's easy to access or in the past, right? It was easy to access the schedule during the season or at the beginning of the season. But once the season was over, I could never find the schedule. The only way I could find the schedule, there was a book that had the schedules. It had the schedules for all the teams. And I don't know if it was this one. I can't remember which one it was. You guys would probably know a lot better than I would. But yeah, this just has the stats for every player, his career stats. It has all his career stats. It doesn't have, but there was another book. I don't remember which one it was. I'm wondering if it was Baseball Guide. Let's find hold on, let me put the Minnesota Twins away. These Minnesota Twins, Boston, Chicago, Pittsburgh. That's the first in '67. That's the first game that Seaver plays. Plays against the Pittsburgh Pirates. California, Atlanta, Cleveland, Los Angeles, Houston, St. Louis, Chicago. That's the Mets, Detroit. Back here was only 20 teams in the league. That was nice. It's easy to play. Plus, you know, the pitchers mostly go complete games, so you don't have to worry a lot about that. About, you know, a lot of pitching changes and all that. That's why I like learning new games with like older seasons. It's much easier. I reserve when I'm getting the itch to play like a home run derby game, you know, modern baseball, strikeout and home run derby game. That's what I'll do is I'll pick a game that I already really know really well, and that's how I'll play it. It's unusual that I'll play. There it is. Put him in there. Rod Carews back home with Minnesota, where he started. He ended up with the California Angels. So that's it. This is the Motherload, guys. I like Bill Mazeroski's yearbook. Yeah, well, I don't know what that. I still don't know what. Let me see. Hold on. I got some other stuff here. Hold on. I got another. I think it's part of this. Oh no. Okay, that's something else. Let's see what this is. Oh yeah, this is the third parcel that comes with this set. The third parcel that comes with this set. And here's a bunch of stuff. All right. I'm not a hoarder, by the way. I'm not a hoarder. I sell most of my stuff. I just kind of buy it in big bulks. I go through it, and then I kind of divvy it up, play some of it, decide what I'm going to keep. This is another one, Street and Smith's official yearbook, 1970. Oh, let's see if they have any of the cool old ads. Oh, be a big league manager. Scientifically computed realism. Pro table games. What is this one? Pre-brochure. Oh, this is that. I know that game with all the colors. I think that's the one. What was the name of this game? BLM, 24 Major League Teams. Doesn't even say the. Oh, it doesn't even say the name of the game, does it? It's so small. I got to use a magnifying glass to read it. That's dude. All right. BLM. It's called BLM. Big League Manager. Okay, that's what it is. Big League Manager. So there's one. Let's see if we can find any others in here. Oh, okay. You can have Death Touch. You can learn the Death Touch. Who wants to learn the Death Touch? World's Deadliest Fighting Secrets. Oh, I need to know what those are. I need to fight. Oh, be taller. Who wants to be taller? Look, they put something in your shoe and you're suddenly, I think those are called lifts. For $1.98, you can be taller. How much does it cost to be thinner? All right, you'll love this game. Action sports games. The only $149, you can play the greatest baseball game ever invented. They're modest. Reproduces every detail of the living game with score sheet players and 2 dice. Play the Giants, the Yankees, the Tigers. You'll love this game, $1.49. Wow, the good old days. Look at all these games we had for nothing. Here you have some box scores. At New York, Game 6. This is probably the Mets win the pennant. This is the playoffs against the Braves. Look at that. They have every little box score, old classic style. What the thing I like to read is the old write-ups of what happened in the games. You know, I like to read that. I'm still looking through to see if I have more cool ads here. Oh, we saw that one. BLM, Big League Manager. Let's see if we have some Appler, some Strat. They usually took big full page ads. And when you turn the page, these pages are so dried out that they kind of tear. So you got to be real. I'm noticing I got to be really careful here. Oh, look at that. Look at the size of this Appa ad, guys. Check out the whole page. See? And look at the card is so easy to read. That's one of the things that grabbed me. It was easy to read, and how now you can manage the big league teams yourself. Play the APA Major League Baseball game. These other games, I guess they didn't have a budget. I mean, I know that guys basically took money out of their own pockets to advertise in these magazines. So APA had the money for whatever reason. They were willing to risk the money they had. They said, well, this is going to be the difference in our sales, in our revenue. If we can put out these full page ads that really grab people's attention. And look at this, they really focused on the card. You know, it wasn't so much on the writing. Like, look at these other ones. I don't think the other ads don't even have a card. You don't even look. This one doesn't have a card. See, this one's just like a guy batting. See that? And the BLM doesn't have a card either. You know, the card was, I think, the thing that really pulled you in. Then here, Big League Manager just has a bunch of like data, like these sheets, and I don't know. It's not. But this had a card, and you can hold that card. It's about the size of your hand. It looks like to be about the size of the real card, and it's not a lot on there. Pretty soon, then it tells you, okay, this is an exact size replica of the card, Harmon Killebrew, the world famous APA, world famous. This is not even in the United States. This is around the world. Used in combination with the playing cards, cards will replace a batting, fielding, and base running performance. So some of the Killebrew's real-life performance, you will be literally astounded. I'm still astounded to this day that I'm still playing it. Every other player, too, is just as accurately reproduced. Don't delay. Get your Killebrew player card now. Just fill out the mail coupon below. Okay, so just today in the world of immediate gratification, here I had to send out to the APA Game Company in Eastman Avenue, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, 5311B. Please send a free Harmon Killebrew player card, 17 by 12 full color brochure, to my name, my address, my city, and so on. Luckily, I was no more than about 3 hours away from here by car. So, and I guess without traffic in those days, it was probably 2 hours. So I was no more than 2 hours away from here. So this didn't take very long, but it took about a week and sometimes even longer. So I would have to get the brochure. I'd have to go through the brochure, say, okay, I want this. Then I'd have to send them a check, because that's how you did it. You send them a check, and then it would take whatever time, and 2 or 3 weeks later, you'd get the box with the cards in it. All right, so here comes the leaders. Let me push that back a little bit. Here are the AL leaders, fielding averages, official pitching records. This is all the data. Look at this. Players, targets, lifetime strikeouts. Oh, here are the league schedules. Look how they had these. These are all the teams. Look how they had this. It was so crazy. This is so in this one magazine you're able to get the schedule, so you can replay your team. And now you got more data, more. Let's see if we can find some more ads. The ads are fun part of this. So there's a lot of data for all the teams. Every team has its data here. That's this is San Diego Padres, Dodgers, blah blah blah. Atlanta Braves, 6 for 6. Okay. Northrop went 6 for 6. Tommy Harper went 6 for 6. Who else went 6 for 6? Bob Oliver, rookie outfielder in KC, went 6 for 6. The A's had a Reggie Jackson. Look at Reggie, man. He is a powerhouse. He's a beast. He's a tater machine. There's Bobby Bonds. He's with San Francisco in 1970. Sports Illustrated. We had 27 weeks for $4. Who wants that? All right, let's see what else we got. We got a bunch of profiles of players. We got Joe Sewell and Nellie Fox. I got him on my draft team. He's my second baseman. And then here you got Luis Aparicio, the toughest to strike out. Wow. So I guess he'll be batting second for me, Nellie Fox. Hit and run. Do a lot of hit and runs with him. Willie Horton, Carl Yastrzemski, the Grand Slammers. All right, then you got a bunch of pitchers, guys bunting. Imagine today you have. Would you ever see this today in a magazine? This guy bunting. Come on. All right. Sam McDowell. Again, I'm wondering. I'm looking to see if I can find Stratomatic in here somewhere. But I know Abbott was very aggressive with their ads. Very aggressive. I used to see their ads all the time. That's the only company that I would repeat. I would constantly see their ads, and eventually they hooked me. I don't see Stratomatic in this one. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh, they got a good spot too. Look what Stratomatic did. They were smart too. They said, look, if we put it on the inside cover, we'll get good exposure there because everybody opens like that. Wow, look at the size of that ad for Stratomatic. Let me see. Greg Goosen was a Seattle pilot. I like Boom Mazeroski Smith. What place in downtown Chicago on Jackson? I'm hoping to a history maker. Don't find gift forward event. Yep, I have History Maker Baseball. I just picked up the 75 season for $10 PDF. Got to print that out, play a few games. Street Smith's magazine. This is how Steve from Shanghai. He's in Shanghai. You lucky bastard. Baseball Digest got me with Strat. I got also there was the big newspaper. What was that called? Sports. The Sporting News. Sporting News got me. They used to have big ads in there too. Baseball Digest. Yep. Strat. Great ads. Mom's checkbook. Yep. Mom's checkbook. Baseball Digest was perfect size. Could carry with me everywhere. Yep. This is like a blast from the past, dude. Let's read this ad from study law. Any of you guys want to be lawyers? Or maybe some of you are. But you can, I don't need that for that. Anyway, accounting, banking, sales, credit, real estate, travel insurance, armed services, study law in the spare time as a way to increase earnings. So you can be a lawyer in your spare time by LaSalle University, Extension University. Very cool. All right, let's look at this. Let's focus on this here. All right, play 1970 Big League Baseball games. Easy to play, real thrilling, exciting baseball with Stratomatic. 480 Big League players perform according to their actual abilities and your managerial decisions. You, the manager, call all strategy moves for all Major League teams. You, the manager, not only decide lineups, insert pinch hitters, pinch runners, and relief pitchers, play your infield in or deep, and make defensive changes at any time, but also call for the sacrifice, steal, hit and run, and squeeze play. All strategy moves are possible with Stratomatic. Stratomatic decided to not showcase their card. Do you notice that? They don't have a picture of their card. They didn't feel, I guess they didn't feel that their card was a selling point to their game, whereas APA really felt strongly that our card is going to be the difference for our game. And I wonder why. I wonder what they were thinking with Strat that they weren't thinking with Apple. I guess Apple was saying, well, this is a simple card for everybody to understand, whereas Strat is like, we're going to have to explain how you roll. It's 3 dice. It's not 2, and it's just not the big die and the little die, but it's going to be, you add a couple of die, and then you look at the column with the other die and that sort of thing. I guess maybe that was it. let's see what they offer you. You have real control over 480 league players who actually hit, pitch, field, and run according to their baseball abilities. Now, this Strat was actually based their game on Appa. If you read the Fanatic, the story, which I have to reread, yeah, I mean, Appa was out there when he was creating Stratomatic, and he said, "Well, I want to one up Appa. I want to add something to Appa, that Appa doesn't offer. I want it to be a little bit more detailed." He didn't over. He was smart. He didn't overdo it, but he did want to add up more detail than Appa had. And he wanted to add an increased number of results so that every card could be different. That's one of the things that I really like about Strat, that all the cards are different, but now all the games have that. Each player was truly individual qualities. He slumps and he goes into hot streaks, performs heroics, and commits errors. With Stratomatic, and then of course it's written Strat-O-matic. All qualities of ball players are realistic. For example, let me give you an example. In batting, Reggie Jackson will be among the lead leaders in home runs and strikeouts. Matty Alou will be among your batting average leaders, but will hit fewer home runs than the average ball player. In pitching, Fergie Jenkins will display good control, be difficult to hit, but will yield more gopher balls than most major league pitchers. In fielding, Curt Flood will make catches which other fielders would fail to make. So he's a 1, I guess, right? Brooks Robinson will make fewer errors. He's got a low E rating and take away more would-be base hits than other third basemen. In base running and stealing also, all players will perform realistically. The above are just some of the Stratomatic highlights for the entire story. Mail coupon for colorful free brochure. Why couldn't they just say, order the game? Explain that to me. Why wouldn't they just say, hey, right here you can order the game. I guess maybe they want to sell you the game even further. They doubted that people would trust them enough to send them. How much was the game? $4, $5? Were they afraid that people would be like, "Oh, I'm not blowing my yearly salary on these people who I don't even know"? I just saw their ad, this huge one-page ad in the inside of a magazine. Stratomatic Inc., Great Neck, New York. This was about half hour 35 from where I live in Jackson Heights by Shea Stadium. Send exciting free Stratomatic baseball game offer and samples. I enclose 10 cents in coin or stamps to cover postage and handling. Wow. And here it says, here's your season's pass to hundreds of big league ball games. Fill out and mail today. You take no risk. Well, I lose 10 cents or the stamp. What do you mean I take no risk? Fill out and mail the free. I just don't. Why can't they just say, "Hey, send me $5. I'll send you the whole game"? I mean, I think that would have been better, right? And man, what can I tell you guys? What can I say? Anyway, this is the Motherload of Replay Baseball. What else I got? I got some other stuff here. Let's take a look. What we got? This is the yearbooks. I think this is what you guys call the yearbooks. This is just like little booklets with information. You got the 72, the 68, the 75. I got the 71, 69, 74, 73. A lot of baseball fun here, guys. A lot of baseball fun in the 1967 yearbook. And what's a yearbook contain? Let's take a peek. Contents, season standings. The Mets were last in 67. No wonder I'm struggling with them. Who was batting champions? Yastrzemski batted. Yastrzemski, there it is. He batted 326. The batting leaders are there for you. This is all these information you can easily find. That tells you a little bit about each franchise, a little bit about the story, and they're written by different people that I guess play the game. Tom Sykes, I probably know some of these guys. Tom Sykes, Bill Priester, Craig Tile. They wrote this. Joe Rundy, I've run into him a few times. David Pagano, Chris Howell, Michael Webb, Brian Martin, Guy Kipp, Craig Pillow, Kurt Mike Matthias, Simon Bennett. They wrote a little bit on these. Anyway, that's it. So this is CP Cards and Dice. I'm looking at this Motherload of Replay Baseball for 67. What was on the last pages? In-season player moves. Oh, look at that. The great thing about these older seasons, if you want to learn a new game, the way I would do it is I would buy an older season and learn it that way. It's much easier. There are fewer player moves. Cal Coons to the Mets on August 2nd. Oh, so I can't even use Cal Coons. I think I used them twice already in my Apple replay. It doesn't matter. Zero's the only one I care about. All right. Anyway, so this is good to know. You know, on this sheet, I don't need it on the card, but it's not bad to know on the sheet. The Mets traded Larry Elliott in exchange for Ed Charles. May 10th, Ed Charles starts playing for the Mets. Let's see. What else happens with my Metsies? Yankees signed Bill Monbouquet. Oh, this is good, man. This will help you. This will help you so you know what teams, what is what. Mets sold Al Lovelow to the Pittsburgh Pirates on June 21st. So after June 21st, you won't be having Ludlow anymore. Let me see. New York Mets are future consider Jack Lammaby. White Sox sent April 26th sent Jack Lammaby to the Mets, so he can start playing with them. Bob Johnson. Oh, May 10th, Orioles sold Bob Johnson and John Milner to the Mets. No, John Miller, not Milner. Miller to the Mets. New York Mets traded. Okay. Wow. So the Mets are kind of active. I guess they were feeling the pressure, right? Eventually to do something. So this is good. This is good data. I wonder if they have this data somewhere on the net where I can just say, okay, I want all the transactions. Oh, you know what? They do have the transactions. They have the transactions on Baseball Reference. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. This is the Motherload of Replay Baseball. We got another Motherload coming up in a couple of days. Basically, I got it for shipping. It's time travel. I got 600 cards for time travel baseball, all the World Series sets. I don't know. I got a ton of stuff. Who knows? Anyway, and that's about it. So I got to organize all this. I got to find a place for it. I got to move some stuff. I got 2 1970 sets. I got 2 1973 sets, 2 APA 70 sets. So I got to sell one. I hate eBay though. I hate eBay because I don't like the fees. I don't like the whole thing that they do. I just don't. I feel like, I don't know. I feel dirty. You feel dirty when you use eBay. I feel dirty. I don't know. I feel like I'm whoring myself, like I'm selling myself on a street corner or something. You know. I hate eBay. You know, if you're in the hobby, I mean, some guys that use eBay are not really in the hobby. They're just there to like sell the stuff they have. They just want to dump the stuff, you know, to the highest bidder. They just they think that's the best way to reach as many people as possible. I don't know. And it's fine for that. One time I was really into eBay, doing a lot on eBay, not with baseball cards, but with other stuff. I was a military gamer before this, kind of like what IT Jester does. And I only got into this after my son got a little bit older and he could play, and now he's already in college and I got a lot of free time. So, but I like selling stuff to on the groups or on Delphi. The problem is that, you know, sometimes it's hard to get top dollar. I mean, you can take stuff to eBay and put it on there for like, you know, overpriced and just let it sit for 2 months until the guy who's got the money, doesn't care about $150, $200, says, you know what, I want it, I don't care, I'm just gonna buy it, it's right there, I'm really in the mood to play that. Money's not a factor. So that's what eBay I think is better for, just to kind of let stuff sit there, you know. But or if you can't move something at the price that you paid, you know, like if I paid $60 for something, I can't sell it for $4. You know, it just doesn't make sense. Now it's different that I bought something and I played a ton out of it. and it's like, it's used. That's a different story. But if I bought it and I never used it, or I played just one series, it's like it's new. So, sometimes I sold 4 History Maker baseball sets that cost me $160. I sold them for 90. So, sometimes I'll sell stuff. I just want to move stuff, and I also sold a couple of payoff pitch sets because I had just too many. They're too bulky. They have every card. It's like 1,500 cards. Just so heavy. I couldn't find space for them. These are light. These are small. These are easy to move around. But once I get into replay baseball, and I get heavily into replay baseball, it's a lot of fun. And let's see, I bought my first Strat toys in a toy store. The 2 teams that came with it were the 76 Pirates and Padres. Wow, toy store. Man, remember those? Yep, Apple was the same. Free brochure. We saw it on the other ad. But yeah, man, takes me back to the days when things were simpler. Holy smokes. And I think this is a part of us reaching back into that time and reliving those days. It's a part of reaching back and saying, hey, it's relaxing. It's the different days, and it was quiet outside. The world was quieter. The communication was instantaneous. You had your 2 or 3 buddies. You went out and played in the street. You played your stickball. You played your touch football. And down the street, there were cards once in a while, but not too many. And then you had your games, and you'd come home, and the TV was not too much TV. It was just a couple of channels. Usually wow, what happened to those days? The world is upside down now. I guess progress. You can't fight progress. It's just the nature of the beast. It just comes, and you have to take it. You can't fight it. You have to embrace it, because you're not going to be able to resist it. You're not going to be able to take us back to the 70s. It's not going to happen, guys. Don't be stubborn. If there's new products out there, try a couple of new products. Give them a chance. Don't try one game. Say, oh, this doesn't feel right. This is unrealistic. Wait, you played one game. How are you going to know that? Or 2 games or 3 games. Whenever I play a new game, I play it for 30 games, 30 days straight. And I get a feel for it. Are all my results kind of realistic? Are they home run hitters hitting home runs, or the strikeout pitchers getting strikeouts? That's what you're looking for. Because even if you do complete simulations of every single game with the sim engines that Strat and Replay have, I never get the exact same results. So why am I going nuts? So what's the difference between the guy hits 4 home runs more or 4 home runs less? Or 5 home runs more, or 3 home runs fewer? Is that taking away the fun from me? No. You want to more or less in the range. So try some new games. There's a lot of great new games out there. I'm playing Fall Classic, and I'm having a blast. Man, it took me this long to realize that game was out there. That's been around. It's got almost every season. And it's easy to play. It's real super duper easy to play. 99% of everything's off the cards. The errors are off the cards. Everything's off the cards. I mean, you have the error range. Everything's at the bottom of the player card. He's got his range, he's got his arm, and he's got his error rating. So you don't have to go to another chart and roll and then look up this number and then compare it to that number and then go to another. No, it's all right there. It says it's an error. It isn't an error. And then it just tells. The fast action cards are amazing. That's whoever invented the fast action card was like, to me, he's like genius. He's like Noam Chomsky or Sigmund Freud or something, or Albert Einstein. The guy who invented the fast action card. He said, you know what? We're going to put everything on a fast action card, and the guys won't have to look at the charts. You're just going to flip the card, and it'll be right there. I love that. That's like real, ingenious. And that's about it. I don't have anything. I'm going to go over these cards because these are like the new cards. These are the older cards, the thinner, smaller cards. These are the newer, wider, bigger cards. So I have some new sets, and then I have some of the older sets. But this was a really, guys, this to ship cost like at least $50 to ship. All right, so the guy was super generous with these sets. I got each set, I'd say, for about $10 to $15. All right, that is super generous. He just wanted to unload it. This was taking up his space, and his wife says, "Honey, what are you gonna do with all your cards? You're not playing them anymore." Or maybe he's playing a different game. I gotta ask him. Find out the history of why he just got rid of his stuff, But I'm gonna take good care of his stuff. I'm gonna play it. I'll try to play everything in the 70s. That's my new era now, 67 to. I tried all the other eras, and I don't like the modern era because of all the substitutions. I will play the modern era, so every so often I get an itch, and I gotta scratch my itch. And then I don't really like the 2000s. I played I'm not crazy about that. I don't like the 90s are okay, but 80s they're fun. I played some 80s baseball. It's a lot about base stealing. But it's the 70s and late 60s and early 70s, man. That's when that really strikes a chord with me. That's what there was a general simplicity to just not only baseball, but there was a simplicity to life. It takes you back to a time of peace, serenity. Just where Vietnam was going on. Granted, I mean the world wasn't at peace, but you as a kid were mentally at peace. That was foreign to you pretty much, and you were just kind of in your room with your mom and dad, your brother sister, and you had your cards, and it was cool. It was relaxing. There was no stresses of life, and I think we're coming back to that stage where we're pretty comfortable in our jobs and we make enough money to not worry too much about basic things. And now we can kind of we want to relive that peacefulness, that inner peace, that inner calm that we had through our hobby. And I moved away from this hobby for a bunch of times. I always loved it, Back in 2000, I think I bought myself a little set of Appa, but Appa didn't look the same anymore. I bought a little box with some. It was like, what is this? It was like weird. They were trying different things. But then I started. They started going back to being more classic, going back to the traditional, and that's when I got hooked again, and I came back into this when I couldn't really see the miniatures anymore. Miniatures were really small, and I couldn't see those. So then I moved back to the sports gaming. I've always been a hobby guy, though. Always, all my life, been a hobby guy. I've had some sort of hobby, whether it was gaming, tabletop baseball, or like recreating famous battles in history with miniatures. And then I came back to my original love, which was tabletop. And this is important. I think it's important for us to share our hobby, and that's why I do these streams. And then I've really avoided, I just really want to make it about the game, about the hobby. I never wanted to make it about me in any way or shape or form. And I just wanted to focus on the cards, focus on the baseball, the game itself. Beautiful game, and it's changed a lot. Some for the better. I mean, the players are very talented, but they're also better paid. It's not just the owners who are making the money, like it was in the 70s, where with the reserve clause, where it said that the owners had total control over the player and could, they could keep him for life. It was basically almost like slavery. And if you read a couple of the books, if you read Pepitone's book, not Pepitone's book, Boughton's book. If you read Boughton's book, you get a sense of, how cheap the owners were. The players would have to beg for a raise constantly, regardless of how well they did. And it was always, hey, I had a great season. Are you gonna, reward me for that? Oh, you already got rewarded when you won the World Series. You won, $1,200. Every player got $1,200. Well, how about me? I had a 1.30 ERA and won 40 games. Do I get something extra? Oh, no. It's tough right now. It's tough right now. It was always tough right now for the owners. Yeah, 2016 is as late as I go. 2016 is still modern baseball. And they have so many substitutions in modern baseball that it drives me nuts. I got to bring in, when I was playing 2019, I was replaying 2019 with the Mets, and I was using deep drive baseball. Before the game, I would set up five relief pitchers on each side, because by the sixth inning, if the guy gave up 3 or 4 hits, a couple home runs, whatever, he'd be tired by the sixth inning. So I need somebody to get me through the sixth. I need somebody for the seventh. I need somebody for the eighth, and then I need a closer for the ninth. And every so often, I would need an extra guy. And if the guy got pushed out a little bit early, then I need my 5 guys. So I would have 10 pitching changes, 5 on each, 6 pitchers on each side. In a lot of games, I'd be lucky if I got through a game with like only 2. In other words, the relief pitcher, the starter got through 7, which was an anomaly. That was an unusual event. That was like being struck by lightning. So the starter went 7 innings. Now I could bring in the 8th inning guy and the 9th inning guy. Okay, that would be a miracle. That would be like, oh, this game went so fast and it was so easy. I only had, but that would have to, I would have. Usually, what happens is that's for one team, the winning team, but the losing team, I had to bring in 5 pitchers. So I always had to have 5 pitchers ready. And after the first game, I would write down their names, and I'd actually write them into the box score, so I know what guys I was going to bring in. Almost, pretty much, unless there was, lefty-righty thing I have to watch out for. But that was modern baseball. Just the whole time you're going through the cards, and you're like, okay, what pitcher's next? But like I said, I would set them up, I would stack them before the game, and I'd be like, oh, okay, this is the 6th inning guy, he's in, and I write him in. Oh, here comes the 7th inning guy, pop him in, write him in. Here's the 8th inning guy. So I'd have them all set up already. That's how, come on. With 70s, you don't need to do none of that. Most of you guys are going the full, once you get into July, your pitchers can go like complete games all the time. The first month, April, you want to, proceed with caution because, they still haven't built up their stamina yet. So you're not going to let them go 9 innings for opening day. Usually pull them after 7. And the first month, I'll pull them after 7. Then I'll let them go. And the next month, I'll let them go 8. And then by the 3rd month, let them go complete games for the rest of the season. And that's about it. So this has been an hour-long talk, chat, unboxing the Motherload of Replay Baseball. It's a great game. It's a fun game. It's a super easy to play game. It's got a couple of charts, and most of the numbers are easy to memorize, and you use the batter and the pitcher in every interaction. And you got the ballpark card as well that can play a role, and they have a top quality PC game. Replay PC is 2 clicks, and you're replaying the season, and then you can input the stats for your team. You just choose play this team. It's like a little box you check in the option section. And you just choose your team, and you just input the data, and you play your team while the rest of the league plays itself. And you got all the batting leaders, and you can see what everybody's doing, and that's cool. So anyway, keep rolling, guys, and stay safe. Follow the guidelines. Stay 6 feet away. Keep your mask on. And if you get sick, take care of yourself. Be safe. I don't want to lose anybody. I lost a lot of people already that I know. And that's about it. This is CP Cards and Dice signing off, and I will be back, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. I still have to do my number 10 tutorial on Fall Classic Baseball. So I don't know when I'm going to do that. I got to play Fall Classic Baseball hopefully tonight. I'm going to take a break. What time is it? I don't know. It's 11:30. I'm going to take a break. Usually I'll get up again at 12:30 or 1. And I will play a game, or I'll start a game, like I'll play 3 innings, and I'll say, well, tomorrow I'll stream the next 3 innings or something like that. And it depends how I feel. If I feel tired, then after 3 innings, I'll just shut it down and just say, okay, I'll play. I usually will go 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th inning I'll leave for later on. I'll take a break, I'll take a nap, and then I'll come back. I'll do 4, 5, 6, and then if I have energy, I'll finish it off. If not, I'll leave it for another time. And that's how I do it. So I keep playing every day, especially new games. New games, you got to play at least 30 days. Your brain takes 30 days to learn the new games. All right. So remember that. So it takes time for your brain to adjust. And don't try to learn everything the first time around. Just play it easy. Easy peasy the first time around. Simplify things. Cut some corners. Ignore that. Just say, okay, he's going to advance one base, or he's going to advance two bases. It's 2 outs, so he'll take the extra base. You don't have to read, everything the first day you play it. Just take your time. So try out the new games. We've got a ton of new games out there, and they're really, really good. I play the old games. I play Strat. I play APA. I still play them. But the new games, man, they really are on a different level. I'll be honest with you. You're comparing one game that was built in the 40s to another game that was built 220. I mean, come on. Not 2020, but at least and all these gamers are guys who started out with Strat and started out with that, but they know those games. So, and they're smart guys. They're mathematical guys. They know data. And most of the games are built on 100. They're built on fundamental math. I mean, you can't screw that up that much unless you get really, you try to overdo it. Then you can screw it up. So you got to be careful and consistent. It's got to be very thoughtful. Everything you do to a game has got to be thoughtful. It has to be planned out and has to be measured. So the stats are not shaken. So anyway, so I know like a lot of guys question, hey, you just started playing that game. Which one do you like better? Well, different games give you different things. You got your easy, fun games, just chill out, just roll some dice. APA's like that for me. I know I memorized most of the stuff. Then now I got Back to Basics is easy. The problem with Back to Basics, it doesn't come with cards. It may come with cards. I got to find out, but I don't have cards. I just have the sheets, and I got to transfer all the ratings, and that is drag because it takes a lot of prep time. The game runs really nice. The other game is Time Travel Baseball. That's a blast. I'm really hooked on that right now. But Fall Classic is on a different level. And ID Jester did a video last year, and he was like, "This is my number." I think he said it was number 2 game or number 1 game. Fall Classic Baseball is really good. It's simple to learn. Really easy to learn. It takes about a week to start getting it and see what they think. And then you go to Delphi Group and you read all the questions, and then you say, "Wait, I know the answer to that question. Oh, I know the answer to that question." And that's how you do it. And then all of a sudden you start playing it, and once you get it, it flows. It's super easy to play, and it's got a lot of detail, a lot of depth, and the cards are super clean. Look at this card, how clean this card is. Yeah, how easy to read that is. That's real important, man. Nice and clean, and when there's a blank, you see how there's a lot of blanks there? That means you go to the picture card. This is Don Kessinger, by the way. You go to the picture card and you read off the picture card. So if I roll 31 or 34 or 30 or 41 or 42, it's blank on the batter that says go to the picture card. And then that'll give you the result. That's how simple. That's the whole game. I just explained the whole game to you. And the fast action card gives you the result. So yeah, Full Classic Baseball, that's a blast. But this is the Motherload of replay. And I will have another Motherload coming up in a couple days for time travel. I'll see you guys.